time for books. So come up to Mum or Dad and let's rock and read. Today I'll be reading you The Night Library, and this is how it goes. It was the night before my 8th birthday, and I was having trouble falling asleep. A thick blanket of snow had silenced the streets outside. I could hear my parents' whispers in the hallway. I heard footsteps approaching, and my door opened. "Would you like your present now?" asked my father. "Really?" I said excitedly. "What is it?" "A book," said my mother. "I thought we could read it together." I stared at it. "A book?" I said, frowning. I couldn't understand it. My parents knew that I liked toys, games, and movies, not books. After they left, I fell into a restless sleep. In the middle of the night, I was awoken by a strange sound coming from outside. It sounded like a deep purring. When I peeked through the window, I almost fell out of bed. There was a lion on the lawn looking up at me. I thought it might be a statue until I saw the enormous paw prints in the snow. The lion purred again. It was a welcoming sound, and I soon found myself outside. "Climb on," said the lion in a deep, gentle voice. "Where are we going?" I asked. "We're going to meet Patience," he said. "I am Fortitude." The lion looked oddly familiar. Fortitude whisked me slightly across our snow-covered street. The wind whistled in my ears as he picked up speed. We raced through Woodlawn Cemetery and past Yankee Stadium. We sped along the moonlit river towards the skyscrapers of Manhattan. Eventually, we turned into 41st Street, entering the heart of the frozen city. We finally stopped in front of a huge marble building. It had carved arch windows and 3 bronze doors, all shut tight. Carved across the top of the edifice were the words, "The New York Public Library." "The library?" I said. "You brought me to a library in the middle of the night?" Fortitude turned and regarded me, eyes twinkling. One of the doors swung suddenly open and a light flickered on. The lion carried me inside. Fortitude bounded up the steps of the grand hall. He carried me into a magnificent room with dozens of long, empty tables. Most impressive of all were the towering shelves holding countless books. We seemed to be alone, but I heard a strange humming sound coming from the shelves. I peered at some of the books up close. They were moving. Some jittered, others swayed. A few twirled gracefully. I reached for a book, but it jumped out of my hand. I laughed. Another skittered away from me. "Adult books can definitely be difficult to grasp," said the lion. "Let's go to the children's section." "Am I dreaming?" I asked as he carried me down the staircase. In the children's section, the books were much more playful. Every chair was a ladder, and every table a stage. A jumble of books had arranged themselves to form a rabbit, dashing away from another pile shaped like a man carrying a rake. "That's Peter Rabbit and Mr. Gregor, I blurted out. My grandpa had read the tale of Peter Rabbit to me dozens of times when I was little. "And they're playing the Cat in the Hat," I cried. My grandpa taught me to read with that story. A whistle sounded and a train made entirely of books chugged through the room. "The Polar Express," I whispered to the lion. My grandpa and I used to read that together every Christmas. Why'd you stop? Asked Fortitude. My grandpa died. Suddenly the books dropped their games and began to form something new. The books came together into a shape of my grandpa and me in his favourite chair reading together. As Fortitude watched, I reached down and touched the figure of my grandpa. I gasped as I saw that these were the very books they had once read to me. Looks like you found your books, said a voice just behind me. And remember, kids, remind Mum and Dad to subscribe so you can see all my books. I turned to face another lion. I am Patience, he said in a quiet, strong voice. I looked from him to the figure of my grandpa. Those books have been waiting for you, said Patience. I stayed for a long time looking through the books. Each one brought back a different memory of my grandpa and me reading and talking together. I also found some books that I'd never seen before. I was surprised to hear myself ask the lions, "Can I take some of these home?" The lions looked solemnly at each other. "That can be arranged," said Patience. "First, I need to get you back before dawn." As we walked out of the library into the cold moonlight, Fortitude leapt onto an empty pedestal and lay down, staring straight ahead. "Thank you for everything," I said. "I hope to see you soon," he murmured. In the wink of an eye, he turned to stone. I stared astounded. Then I remembered. Grandpa had told me about the two famous lion statues that guarded the New York Public Library. I looked at Fortitude's grave, marble face one last time. Then I climbed onto Patience's back and we headed home. When I woke up the next morning, my parents offered to return the book they had bought for me and get something else for my birthday. No, I said, "I want to keep it." "What changed your mind?" asked my father. "Well," I said, mainly thinking about Grandpa. I was pretty sure I dreamed everything else. Until I walked outside that morning. On our doormat was a shiny new library card with some very big tooth marks. Well, thank you for joining me to read the Night Library. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.